The last Premier League games have been played, and now all of the spots for the domestic leagues for Champions League have been set. 24 of the 34 group stage spots are clinched, while the final 8 will come from the playoff round after one round of qualifying. And I'll get into the teams that qualified in a second. But first, it is Monday, July 27th, 2020, out here in this quarantine. I'm James Sims, and for this episode, or for this talking point of the elite, I was going to get into what we're going to look into next year, especially from the Champions League, and how finishing where they did in their leagues, in their domestic leagues this year, helped them clinch their spot to possibly have a run at the Champions League trophy next year. So just to get into it, just to give you a little bit of background, to understand how these leagues work, how these European soccer leagues work. Like I said, every single league they have a full schedule in which every single team plays every other team in that league once at home, once away. Some leagues like the Bundesliga have 18 teams, so those games the teams have to play 34 games, and in the leagues where they have 20 teams, they have to play 38 because you have to play the other 19 teams at home and away. And usually, by the end of the year, they use a point system to tell who wins out the division, who has the best record, who played the best, again with the same schedule. So at least with this way, there isn't an issue of strength of schedule. The trophy at the end of the year goes to who played the best season within their league, and usually the point system shows for it, where you get 0 points for losing, 1 point for drawing, and 3 points for winning, and it adds up at the end of the year. Whoever has the most points wins, and it kind of goes like that from the top to the bottom. Usually for most leagues, if you are in the bottom 2 standings, you tend to get relegated to the league below that, as in the second tier league, as the top 2 teams from that second tier league move up into the top league for the next year. Usually the spots in the middle don't qualify. There's usually a certain amount of gifted spots for leagues for participation in the Europa League. For leagues like for the 5 big leagues, usually the top 2 spots that are below the Champions League, usually those 2 teams automatically qualify for the Europa League tournament, and that's a completely separate international tournament within Europe where they have all the clubs play together, but it's 1 tick below Champions League. And then at the very top, usually if you finish in the top either 2 spots or 4 spots, depending on how big your league is, then you get to qualify for a chance at group stage in the Champions League, which is the combination of the best teams, the best organizations in soccer from all around Europe, because this is a European tournament. And for the first round, there's 32 teams, and there's 8 groups of 4 where they each play one another home and away, and the top 2 teams from those qualify for the round of 16 and enter the actual bracket of it. But for now, 24 of the 32 teams have been confirmed for the Champions League, and then I'll go through them in a bit and show you as to where they finish in their league, just to give you a good feel as to how the Champions League works. And so to start off, I'm going to take you through the big leagues, and then I'll take you through the teams that won in their various leagues to qualify for at least the group stage of Champions League. So starting with La Liga, the Spanish league, the teams that were able to qualify for Champions League were first place Real Madrid, that finished with 87 points in the standings. Then they had Barcelona, who finished second in La Liga. Atletico and Sevilla tied for 3rd and 4th, but because 4 teams from La Liga automatically qualify, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and Sevilla are all members of the group stage for now. Moving on to the Premier League, starting from the top, Liverpool won, so they qualify. Same with, and then Manchester City finished second. And then following yesterday's matchups, where Manchester United and Chelsea both won, they both solidified spots for themselves to take England's last 2 spots, 2 automatic spots in the Champions League, which they did. So as of right now, it's Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea representing England in the Champions League starting this fall, I guess when the season starts back up. Now representing Italy for Serie A, it's Juventus, who are the Serie A champs. Then you have Inter Milan, who finished second, Atalanta, and then Lazio, who finished third and fourth. Moving on to the Bundesliga, of course, Bayern Munich, following the domestic double, after winning the league and winning the German Cup, just like Juventus did in Italy, they qualify. Additionally, Borussia Dortmund finished second, so now with Holland, they shall qualify for Champions League next year. RB Leipzig, which is the team that Timo Werner played for before he left for Chelsea, they still qualify for Champions League. And the fourth team that just squeezed in was Borussia Mönchengladbach. And following those four, those are the only four leagues where they accept four people four teams to the Bundesliga automatically outright. But then as you go down, Russia and France are the only countries that have two people that are accepted. So two teams that are accepted. So from France, they accepted PSG, who outright won La Ligue 1, and Marseille. The two teams from Russia that are representing are Zenit and Lokomotiv Moscow. The one team that's representing Portugal is Porto. Club Brugge is representing Belgium. Shakhtar Donetsk is representing Ukraine, and Istanbul Basaksehir is representing Turkey. So those are the 24 teams that have qualified for the automatic spots in Champions League. But if you remember, there's 32. So the last 8 are basically played in a playoff between the teams that qualified in other leagues, whereas they're gonna play in a 2-leg affair, and the winner of those matchups will qualify for the Champions League. So far, the only two teams that have clinched are Ajax from the Netherlands and Red Bull Salzburg out of Austria. Also, the winner of the Europa League and the Champions League automatically earn a spot into the next year's tournament. So that's basically an idea of how it works. And in terms of soccer, in terms of global soccer, I'm of course gonna talk a bit more on Champions League when Champions League starts back up. But I wanted to bring this up because now that most of the seasons are over, I just wanted to bring up how Champions League is formed, how it starts, and just through what it takes to become one of the teams to eventually just get knocked out in group stage eventually. But still, these are a compilation of the best teams in Europe, and how they've played this season has showed it. And then just to give you an idea of the reason why the Champions League carries so much clout. And of course, winning your own season championship is of course very, very big. And I'm telling you, winning Champions League is, if not bigger, it's definitely as big, considering just the stakes involved, how many other teams get to really compete and play, and just the collection of talent just in one tournament. So with that, I appreciate you for hearing me out, because I really, really like Champions League. It's really cool to get to see, even though it doesn't really pertain to the season at all and how they're doing and what they're pretty much paid to be on the team to do. I just think it's probably the coolest way, kind of, to show bragging rights all around the world as to who is the best soccer team in the world. And I think the way that UEFA has been able to run it, and they've been able to coordinate it, make sure and get all the European leagues involved, I think is very smart. And with that, like I said, I've said my piece. I appreciate you for hearing me out, and peace out. I wish everyone well, and now that it's Monday, I can start going through the talking points Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to have a really, really good time with it. Next, I'm going to talk about the first 30 players that were listed in the NFL's top 100. Because they were dropped really early, and because there were 30 of them, I only expected 10. I forgot that the season's going to come really quickly, but I'm just going to go through at least the numbers 71 through 100, and I'm just some right through that, but it's really, really fun. I appreciate you guys once again. I wish everyone the best. Peace out.